Hey everyone, so it's piddling outside here today. I tend to come down and kind of try to sort out the makeup room whenever I get a chance after my work is done. When I am kind of, you know, stuck into the house for the day, I definitely have no plans of going outside. I still have my pyjamas bottoms on. But first of all, I wanted to try out lipsticks for my next tutorial. And then I was kind of trying out a few makeup bits and just wanted to just throw a little bit of makeup on me. And then I realised that even though I don't own many of their products, I have a few Maybelline bits, and the bits I have I love. They're like my staple bits. These live on my makeup table. So I recently finished one of their colossal, was it the colossal mascara? I think they do phenomenal mascaras anyhow. Now I don't really own any of their foundations at the moment because the only ones I was in any way interested in recently, the colouring wasn't great. I wanted to get the Fit Me foundation, and they don't carry the lightest shades here in Ireland. They only have the 120 is the palest one, and I believe they have a 10 and a 15, a 110, 115. So that's a shame, but I do have their Fit Me concealer. This is brilliant. I love it. I would liken it to maybe MAC's Moisture Cover Concealer, but the colour in this is, I really like the colour in this. This is the 15, the colour that I go for. It's just a really light neutral colour. It's not particularly pink or yellow. I suppose it would be more of an ivory colour. I love this for under the eye area. Now it is quite light in me, so this is a brightening one for me. But I love it. I love it because I kind of well, one of the many ways I characterise or categorise my concealers is whether they make me wrinkly or not. These ones don't. Under the eye area is what I'm talking about. They don't, it doesn't bunch up or go dry or crinkly looking throughout the day, and it doesn't like tend to migrate into lines, and that's one of the reasons I really like it. So this is a brilliant concealer. If you just want something like, it's not really hardcore heavy duty, like it's not going to cover really obvious stuff, but it's nice for evening out skin tone and for using under the eye if you are scared of thicker concealers. So that's fantastic. And then two other concealers that I've been using like always, I just always have them in my wee pot here without really thinking. Well, this is the newest one. This is the Eraser Eye. I think I recently mentioned it either in a video post or a video or a blog post, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty hooked on this at the moment as my under eye concealer. It has this sponge thing at the top, which I wasn't bonkers about at the start or when I first got it. I'm still not hugely bonkers about it. Like, I'll apply it with the sponge, but I'll use my finger or brush then to blow it out. I was worried about the hygiene, and it does say that it's an antimicrobial sponge, you know, not to wet it, because I suppose if you wet it that's going to cause bacteria, because bacteria needs moisture to survive in. That's the only thing I can think of. It says to clean it, just to clean it on a dry tissue, and it's going to be sanitized that way. I'm not really sure how it works, but either way I'm not breaking out or anything from it. But it's the colour and the consistency I'm in love with. Again, it falls into the category of not making me wrinkly, but this is a bit more hard going than this guy. So even though it's not particularly heavy or you know, it doesn't make me look dry or overloaded on the eye, I have it on as my, well, do you know what I've been doing a lot lately? I put on this first as an overall brightener all over the eye area, and then I use this, or whichever one I'm using on the day, on the dark area, and that's what I've done. So then I use this kind of around the rest of it. Now this, I have it in light. I think it comes in a medium as well. It's lovely. It seems to have that slight blurring effect, and it's just a really nice concealer. I assume it contains anti-age ingredients. It says Goya berry and something else I can't read, so I think it's meant to be like more of a anti-aging thing, but anyone can use it, and I think it's fantastic. And of course Maybelline isn't that expensive. Then I have this guy for a long time. I originally got it because I wanted it for, I'm obsessed with under eye concealers. This is the one that does fall into the category of making me look wrinkly, but I love it as a face concealer. I have it in light or beige Claire again, number 2. It seems to be, let me check the ingredients. I'm not sure if it does contain any powders or not, but it seems to be one of those kind of powder base, like not powder base, but it has that kind of slightly powdery finish to it. And it's really good for staying in place. It really does kind of set on the skin. It has really good corrective properties, so I definitely would recommend this for anyone who wants that slightly better coverage from a concealer. I'd only use this on anyone under the eyes if they're quite young. I think from your mid-20s to 30s onwards it might be a little bit heavy, especially if you have thinner skin. I have quite thin skin under my eyes, so that's why anything like this will just make me look wrinkly, especially if it dries. When I say wrinkly, I just mean that it kind of tends to dry and looks dehydrated under the eye after a while, and it does show up any little fine lines and kind of enhance any ones that weren't even there in the first place after, as the day goes on. But it's brilliant for the face, and I'm really enjoying it, and I have it on today on my face, so that's why I wanted to show those. And they're all really fairly priced, and they're stuff that I'd be very confident in using on clients on my kit, so I think that means a lot for me. And then this guy, I was raving a lot about this last year, and I still use it. It's the Maybelline Dream Fresh BB Cream. I think this came out last year, and myself and my sister love it. My sister, I think, is on her like 3rd or 4th bottle at this stage. I introduced her to it, my younger sister, and she loves it. Now, a lot of people didn't love this because it's very moisturising. I love it because of that fact. Sorry, I'm worried that I'm going out of focus here. I have this on me today, so you can kind of see the glow that it gives. I just think it gives a really lovely healthy glow. It is quite a light coverage, so you can still see my freckles and stuff and like that through it, but I really love the finish it gives. And you don't need to use this with a moisturiser if you're grand, unless you're very dry. I often just leave it without, but sometimes I'll use like a light serum or something underneath. I love this because it has the SPF of 30, and that's why it's one of my go-to ones for Christmas, for summer. Yeah, so I have mentioned that before, but I thought that was worth a mention. I really like that. I think they have CC creams and all that out now, but this is the one that I use, and I'm on my 2nd bottle of that. And then what kind of originally prompted me to make this video, where are they gone, was, oh, they're right in front of me. Okay, so these guys, I am pretty obsessed with these at the moment. I first kind of was put onto these by watching a Lisa Eldridge video, and she has a good few times raved about a couple of these lipsticks, particularly the Ravishing, or the Non-Stop Red, I think. She thinks this is one of the best reds out there, and I have to totally agree with her. Now, mine is cut up because I have it in a palette, but they're fantastic lipsticks. They are very similar, but not quite as dry as the Retro Mattes by MAC, which is the Ruby Woo. Now, obviously MAC have the Retro Mattes collection coming out soon, so there will be a lot more of that finish with them. But in the meantime, these are very similar. Now, when I melted these into my palette, all my lipsticks melted, bar my Ruby Woo and then these guys. These guys are kind of powdery based, so they just obviously aren't quite as waxy or as creamy or whatever as other lipsticks, but it means they just stay all day. Whereas these ones, I find these are actually more comfortable on my lips than Ruby Woo. This one, even though it is a matte, it just really stays, but it doesn't dry up my lips. I have Non-Stop Red, I have Ravishing Rouge. The Non-Stop Red is just a stunning colour. Anytime I wore it, I get compliments, even just walking down the street. And then I got Always Plum. This is my most recent one, and that's in a full thing. So I'm going to pop these on and I'll just show you the colours. So this is the Non-Stop Red, and they smell lovely as well. There's kind of a really sweet smell, like fruity smell to them. They're fantastic. Okay, I think I was very generous with my lip line there, but just to give you an idea, this is just such a stunning, it is quite a stunning shade. The way I think I described it before, I did show it in a video a long time ago, was it's kind of like if Impassioned and Ruby Woo had a baby, the MAC lipsticks had a baby, this is kind of what it would make. And it's just a beautiful shade. This is definitely one I'd recommend anyone getting. I loved wearing this throughout the summer, and it's really punchy as well, especially if you have very minimal makeup on like what I have on today. But I'll go ahead and pop this guy on for you now. So this is the that was number 510. This is 540 Ravishing Rouge. So I'll go ahead, I'll just come back and show you what that looks like on. So here's the Superstay lipstick in Ravishing Rouge on. You can see here it's a much more striking true like red, true blue red lipstick. Be a bit similar to maybe MAC's Russian Red. But this is just a really stunning kind of like vintage kind of red. I love it as well. It's really comfortable on the lips, and I haven't wearing any lip liners with either any of these. There's no need, because it has such kind of strong pigment by itself. So this is one I highly recommend for anyone looking for that real punchy true blood like true blue red lipstick. This is fantastic. So I will put swatches of these on my blog, and I'm going to go ahead and pop this one on for you now. This is the 260 Always Plum. So this is a deeper, more burgundy kind of plummy colour. So here's the Always Plum on, and this is a real winter shade. It's definitely more going into autumn winter, which is going to be perfect for this winter, because burgundy and like berry colours and those off red colours or those deeper red colours are really big, are going to be really big for autumn winter, but you can already see them kind of coming in to the new collection. So these were my 3 favourite colours. I've gone in a few times looking. There are some other lovely colours, but these are the ones that really kind of stood out for me. And I've been wearing this particular one a lot with I like, this is it without a lip liner as well, and it works perfectly without, but I have been wearing it over a quite strong red lip liners like Brick by MAC or Cherry or something like that, and it just helps manipulate the shade a little bit so that it's still a little bit, like, it's still obviously plummy, because this is quite a kind of cool purpley mauvey plum, but it, you know, it helps to balance out the tone a little bit when you put a really warm red under it. It's fun, worth trying out anyhow, and trying different colours underneath. But these are the bits I wanted to show with you. I just think they're lovely, and these lipsticks in particular are brilliant. They're just really, really top-notch lipsticks as far as like drugstore lipsticks go, but I have higher end lipsticks as well that I don't like as much as these, so these are definitely worth checking out next time you're in the pharmacy or the drugstore, whatever you call it. And that's all I wanted to share with you for today, so I'll chat to you all really soon, guys, and in the meantime, take care. Slán!